I am here because I'm going to do a quick bolete carpaccio. So this is something I was inspired to do after having talked to Danielle yesterday from Pasta Via Corta. She was saying that when she was working at Chez Pannise, her absolute favorite mushroom prep that they did was just sliced raw porcini with a little bit of olive oil and salt and some acid. So I'm going to show you guys my version of this and how I want to put this dish together. This is going to be a quick one because there's not a lot to it, but it is a classic, and I figured it was worth showing you guys since I was going to just go ahead and do it anyhow. So I've got this is sort of the nicest porcini, the smallest one I harvested last week. And if I had a perfect button, I would go directly across it and make it look real nice. But I'm just going to try to cut pretty thin slices here, about as thin as I can get them. Around. Slice on the side that you guys can see what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm just gonna, some people use a mandolin or something like that. Okay, I can't cut too thin because then I won't have any actual texture here, so I gotta figure this out. This is what you get to do when you're live. You figure things out in real time. It's also what you do when you're in the kitchen. That's almost the right length. I gotta work on my sawing technique here. So I apologize for anyone who thinks that I'm making a mockery of the bolete carpaccio. There we go. One long slice. Boom. Okay. Still a little thick for me, but we'll manage. Try to slice down through some of the stipe here too. Sort of nice long pieces. Potentially what you want for this kind of thing, because it just looks real pretty. And with as with any sort of carpaccio, it's got an element of sort of ceviche, even though I'm not using the acid necessarily to cook this. I think there is some chemical breakdown of the mushroom flesh a little bit. That happens when you put the olive oil and the salt on with the acid. So from here on, I'm just going to go ahead and cut across this guy. So I know some people would potentially peel the crud, my phone kicked out in the middle of me making this. I don't know how much you guys saw. Anyhow, here is some porcini carpaccio that I'm in the middle of making. So I sliced up my porcini nice and thin. I put some olive oil on it. I laid on some decent kosher salt, and I hit it with some sherry vinegar. You can hear my dishwasher in the background. This is wonderful. Love it when you go live, right? So I'm going to throw a little pepper up on here. You could definitely hit it with some herbs, maybe some chopped chives. As a finishing move, I'm going to come in with just a little bit of flaky salt here, and just hit these across. Really, I want this to kind of marinate and let the salt and the acid do its thing for a little while. And I will eat it probably in about 20-30 minutes. But while I got you guys here, let me grab a piece that looks pretty well saturated. So that's some nice King Bolete, Boletus edulis, grandedulis. And we'll do a little taste test together. So hang on. Bring this up so you guys can see me. It's starting to get kind of soft. It breaks down a little bit. I've eaten raw boletes, butter boletes, and I really like those. I haven't had the Kings yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to like it. Oh. Yeah. You get this really nice, light, mild mushroom flavor from the bolete. There's a beautiful kind of marshmallowy texture. The bitterness and the fruitiness of the olive oil really comes through. And just the back end of that sherry vinegar and the salt can make it really savory, little kick from the pepper. That's a delicious dish. I can see why Danielle said I had to do this. So this is my King Bolete Carpaccio, real quick, simple prep. One of the few ways I'll eat mushrooms raw. I'm gonna try to not eat too many of them, but really tasty. I definitely dig this. I will do it again. So thank you very much for the suggestion, Danielle. And you guys can try this at home. It's pretty darn easy. Okay,
Thank you. I'm going to sign off here. Bye.